Okay, so how would you win? They're called bouts instead of, lots of people say matches. They're called bouts. But how would you win? So I know you have to hit somebody, but like.
Well, in saber, the referee says fence, and you start fencing, and when you hit someone, the light goes off in the scoring machine, and the referee has to look at the action, and he gives a player a point if he recognizes their action.
Okay,
and
so you score by points.
Mhm.
And so once somebody gets a certain amount of points, then they win. Right.
Well, in pools, you go up to 5 points, and then the next round is DEs, or direct
So that would be in
elimination.
a competition.
Mhm.
You'd be having 5 points in your first bout, and then 10 points in your next one if you're competing.
15 points in the direct elimination, which is the next round.
Okay, so how many rounds is there in a competition?
Well, the first round is pools, and you fence each person in your pool, which is same thing as like a group, and you probably have like 5 or 6 people in each pool.
And they would all be competing? Like it
Yes.
wouldn't be kind of team like you guys?
No.
It would just be kind of, they would put, like if one of you were going to compete, they would throw you in a group with all these other fencers, and you would just kind of have to fight them.
Yeah.
And if you won, you get thrown to another round?
They score points, and they rank you by how many points you scored, and then after that, you fence the person they put in your, like, facing you in the next round.
Okay. So you kind of, the competitions are probably pretty complicated.
Yeah.
Do you have any other siblings that fence? You know?
Oh, my brother fences at the Air Force Academy right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one who got me started in fencing, so
That's cool.
we're really happy for him.
Yeah.
So, you're...
My little brother used to fence, but he couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle the pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, we have quite a few girls here. Now, is it mostly a girl sport? We only have one guy.
No.
I mean, poor guy.
It's mostly a guy sport. If you go any competition, like regional or national, the boys' events are usually much larger. So there's just more guys than girls.
Because it seems to me that fencing would be more.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Lots
there's a
more
good
guys.
number of girls, but it's male-dominated.
Right. So what kind of skills or traits would you have to have, do you think, to be a good fencer?
Well, you have to be like fairly athletic, and you'd have to be smart. Basically someone who just doesn't lose their cool under pressure. That's important because competitions, you get nervous.
Yeah. So what would be your ultimate goal in fencing? I mean, what do you hope to accomplish by fencing?
I hope to medal at nationals and continue fencing in college.
Really? Wow, so you want to pursue that as a professional thing.
Mhm.
Great. So maybe I'll see you in the Olympics someday, right? Awesome. It was great talking with you guys. Thanks for coming. Cool. All right. So now we have the coach. We have Coach Kim. And Mr. Kim, welcome.
Thank you, Truett.
Thanks for coming on the show and
Thanks for having me.
having your fencers on here to be interviewed.
Thank
So
you.
how long have you been fencing?
I've been fencing for about 25 years, and I started in college, and past 10 years or so I've been teaching. I
Really?
figure I need to start giving back to to kids a little bit. So
Yeah, so you've competed
yes,
a lot.
I competed a lot.
Yeah.
Thousands of tournaments.
Thousands.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
I've been doing that for a long time, and fencing is the season is a long season. We start the season in September, and we'll finish it up in July.
So it's really
It's about,
wow. That's
almost year round.
it's a long season.
Yes. And
So it's how that would be several. Yeah, that would be a long time of fencing.
yes, and I've been competing international level and national level, and it's been good to me, and I learned a lot. Travel a lot, and I really enjoy doing, seeing a lot of different places, and and now teaching with the different kids, and it's just rewarding. You know, when the kids are performing well, or they're able to create opportunity for themselves to go to university with a fencing scholarship or whatnot. And even if they do make a national team, it's rewarding for a coach to kind of see your students succeed.
Right. Yeah, but it would be. So you've been teaching for 10 years, you said.
Yes.
And do you have are there any traits that I asked them earlier, but are there any traits you look for in a student, like if you think they'll be successful, what do you work on?
Oh, sure. I mean, fencing athletes are very unique athletes. You know, it's not, we don't have to be, able to bench press 300
Not like
pounds.
wrestling.
Right, exactly. Not like football where, we have to be physically very strong.
Yeah.
But, fencing is a sport where first you need to learn how to think. It's a very strategy-oriented sport, and
lots of strategy.
A lot of strategies involved because you're out there with one-on-one with your opponent, and if you don't think quickly, then the opponent will obviously take advantage of you.
Right. So you gotta kind of feel the water, so to speak, and kind of get to know your opponent.
Exactly, and you kind of. It's kind of initially we call it reading the information.
Reading the information.
We look at before we start bout. We have to kind of know what their habits are.